Good morning everybody and welcome to House and Garden Flipper episode 50, the playthrough. We're having a look at various things for our own office garden, and we're also going to be flipping the house for the student. Well, fingers crossed it'll be for the student. The problem we might have is the student's disappeared off our buyers list, so that could make life interesting. I'm just wondering where my game has gone. Oh, there we go. Oops, what am I doing? Alright, so yesterday we put in the salvia to form a kind of an understory for the cranberry plants or the red berry plants. And today we're going to try and put in, actually we hadn't finished, had we? We were going around the back. So today we're going to do the salvia around the back, and then I'm going to head straight over to the house to do some internal flipping. Alrighty. I really do like that new function. Buy many, away we go. There's part of me that thinks we might have been better off putting the lavender in like we were thinking, because it's more a utility plant. But I am not pulling everything out now. Just pop that in there. We're not done with this space by a very long shot, but this is kind of going to be a cross between the English garden and the utility garden. So judging from the hints at the very beginning of this session, we've got to remember to put an orchard in, which is not a problem really. Alright, I'm going to have to put something small and purple in that gap. So what we're doing is just creating like a stepped layer between our plants. There we go. Oops. So that we've got a gradual height increase that can lead the eye upwards to the tree. I don't think I can fit it in there. I'm just going to give it a shot though. Maybe if I just spin it, there might be an angle it likes. No. Alright, that's okay. We shall find something else purple to fit in that space. Okay, one there. Just want to move it back a little bit. I'm tempted just to plug this whole space here with plants, but I'm not sure I actually really want to do that. So we might leave that for like a bit of a path to wander between the house. Alright, that's our salvia. I didn't want to spend a lot of time today in here. Actually, I'd like to spend a bit more than I have done though. Alright, let's go over to the student's house and we'll see how much time we have left after we finish flipping one of the rooms. So today I think I was doing a living room kitchenette. So we'll do that. House after the flood. Important thing to note with this house is if you're going to take out the walls, plaster them first, or your clients are going to still think there's walls that need plastering. Clue down there was a house without a bathroom. Something's not right. I don't know what do you think about a house without a front door though. That's bound to give him conniptions. Huh. You know what? Every day I come here and that bit of dirt is still there. I'm sure I cleaned that up last time. I don't see a leak in the ceiling either. Oh, that's okay. Maybe it's glitching. Alright, the lack of doors is bothering me too, so I don't know about Raphael Urco, but let's put some doors on this place. Seeing as it's a light place, we're going to go for the front door that's white. We're going to do 2 of them, so we're buying many. I'm going to shift, move the mouse wheel, make sure we've got the door knocker on the outside. I'd like to see a back door that doesn't have a door knocker, but there isn't one, so that's fine. Shift and turn, make sure we have the door knocker on the outside. Unless of course you don't want visitors, in which case you could probably put it on the inside and it would be just fine. Okay. That's pretty much that. I'm just debating whether or not I want to take out all the light switches now. Actually, I will do. Let's take out all the light switches. Because I'm going to upgrade them. Because I don't like them. Okay. And this way I can get rid of them without accidentally selling something I might actually want to keep. So while everything's relatively uncluttered, let's do that. I'm going to not put light switches in until the very last thing. That way I can work out where there are actually spaces for them. I'm going to go with curtains and blinds, and we might as well get this section done. It'd be nice if there was a buy many function for that, but there isn't. So we just have to very quickly go through and get everything up. They don't take long to do. If you're looking at increasing your handyman perk, this is one way to do it. Pretty much you just put blinds in every house you've got. The nice thing about them is you can put the blinds in and still have curtains if you still wish to have curtains. We're not going to put curtains in here because what happens with curtains is they take out space that you can put bookcases in. And if I have to choose between having to clean blinds and having to have bookcases, I'll take the blinds every time. That and these are relatively cheap and they're easy and quick to assemble. The trick with them though is to keep your pointer in the top half of the window, otherwise you'll accidentally open your window, and if you put your blind in before you close your window, your life becomes interesting if you want to try and close that window. Just very quickly get the rest of these blinds in. Usually I do this as a first run through and get rid of the just one of those little touches that I like to finish before I start. And as you can't remove the windows, it's just not going to be something you're going to want to change anyway. So I'll just very quickly do this. I was watching someone earlier build a house for Ark. Brilliant work. And I think it was Falcon. Anyway, I was thinking that that might be one technique. Oh, really? Alright, let's try that trick again. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, I was thinking that might be one technique for putting together a house where you wouldn't have to listen to me talk, but you could see the house coming together, and I could speed it up, which would make it look just go a lot quicker. But this playthrough isn't that. I'm just thinking for maybe if I do something in the future, that might be something to consider. Alright, windows are in. In this room we have one appliance that needs fixing. That's right, it's the power switch down here. So this sort of thing is just the sort of thing that tends to make your life easier once you focus on the furnishings, as you can just get all of this kind of housekeeping stuff done first, and then you don't forget to do it later and wonder why your buyers are a bit cross about things you've missed. I'm actually really tempted to remove both of these radiators and just put one big one down the side. But if I do that, I then lose the side wall, so maybe not. Let's just put the radiators in. If I don't like it, I can always change that out later. So we'll get those in. The other thing is that when you're watching your budget, and granted we don't have to do that at the moment with 85 grand in the bank, it's just one of the little touches that you might not want to miss. So let's just get our radiator done. In all rooms, and then we might go through and do the light switches in all rooms. This room I'm going to just take the radiator out because I don't like it there. And this one I'm going to actually take them out of here as well. I'm going to work out what I want to do with radiators in this house. I might actually put a different heating system in for the lounge room and living space. Alright, and speaking of heating systems and things, let's just get these PowerPoints finished. Doesn't take too long. Again, if you want it to switch, the minute you do that dark green wire, the PowerPoint will switch to a side-on view. So if you want to switch it earlier, if you find it easier to work that way, then that's the button wire you need to hit first. So if you look in the mini-map, each of these PowerPoints that needs to be retouched is in red. And once we've finished doing them, they will all be in green. So basically put that green wire in. That's right, got to put the other wires in before the screws will move. I tend to find it easier to put it in last. Otherwise I do what I just did then and try and screw things in that aren't ready to be screwed in. So pretty much and this is one of the few PowerPoints where if you hold your left mouse button down and just run it along the screws will go in. You don't actually have to click on each one. It's kind of cool. Out with the old and in with the new. So yeah. The other thing too is if you don't get all of that movement finished when something's lit up green, you won't be able to move on to the next section. Okay, so the only, oh no, I forgot to do in here. I was going to say the only red section is the bathroom, and we're going to leave that till later anyway. So it's pretty much the same with this. The minute you put that green wire in, your perspective on your thing will change. This is another one where you can hold that left mouse button down and just draw the mouse down as each screw goes in. And there's one I think that you can't do that to, you just have to click for each one. I can't remember which one it is though. I shall endeavour to experiment with all the PowerPoints and find out. Okay, you can also hold the left mouse button down and drift it over the wires, which is news to me. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I've got so many hours playing this game and yet there's so much I can still learn. Alright, so the only red spaces in our mini-map should now be in the bathroom, and I'm going to leave it that way. This space here we're going to do a kitchenette lounge room. This is going to keep our real estate guy happy. It's going to upset Giorgio Shanwa, who's the third guy down, the pink-headed dude, simply because he doesn't like kitchens. And I'm just trying to work out which space I want to put it in, because this space up here is actually quite ideal for putting a big couch in. And that space down there you could put a small kitchen in, or you could put a kitchen up along the wall here. So I'm actually going to do the lounge space first. I probably should do the painting first as well. Yeah. So the student likes green walls and the art girl doesn't mind the occasional dark wall. Most of the other clients actually like to have light coloured walls. The problem is I don't actually like a lot of the greens, so that young flower bud is a little bit too, I don't know, in my face. It could just be me. Anyway, let's have a look at them. We might as well experiment just a tad. So we'll buy that one. Maybe I will end up liking it. And we'll buy spring grass. They look a little different on the can to what they do on the wall, but I think that's pretty much the same as what you'd find in real life anyway. Lime isn't a bad colour. It surprised me the one time I've used it, or the couple of times I've used it. It's quite pleasant. I don't know if the computer sees it as green though. Right pear is it probably won't get used, but let's find out. I haven't experimented with my buyers too much. I do like the pistachio green. I like it. Buyers like it. Heavy green I don't use a lot of, but that's our one dark green and we are going to be using that today just to see what buyers that brings out of the closet. Alrighty. I remember using it in a very small space once. That was a bad idea. Okay, so we're going to have a feature wall somewhere. That kind of looks good for a feature wall. It'll just make the place horribly dark. Let's watch our clients and see what they think of having a tremendously dark wall, because I know that most of the ones we've got on the screen there don't like it. And the businessman probably in particular, because he likes white. So let's just watch their little arrows and see if they change. I'm not a big fan of dark colours myself, so this will be interesting. Right, so basically if we're going to do one dark wall, we're going to have to try and find the green that matches it best, which is not necessarily the green that we like the best. Okay, let's not forget up here. Actually, I'm going to try and do different colours on the window frames, maybe. Just see what would happen if I left that white. No, I don't know if I like it. Alright, so I'm going to play with both windows. One of them is going to have dark green all around it. One of them is going to have a frame of a different green inside. So let's make this our dark green window, seeing as I've slipped with the paintbrush once already. None of them are looking too impressed, which is interesting. And I haven't seen my student at all, so maybe the green is not impressing him either. Let's go for something with green in the title. I've forgotten which one of those it was. I think it was that one. That's spring green or spring grass. Let's have a quick look at our paints again. Okay, young flower bud, spring grass, lime, ripe pear, heavy green, pistachio green has got green in the title. I don't want to use it because I don't think it goes the best with everything. Let's have a look at our lime. It's not too bad. Alright, let's have a look at spring green. Oh, no, pear, sorry. Maybe not. I'm really getting to dislike this dark green. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of passable. Let's have a look at this one. I think this is the spring grass one. It's more yellow than green. I could almost live with that one. Okay, let's try this one. I've forgotten what this one is. That might be alright. Huh. And I'd say probably almost definitely not the pistachio, but we'll try it anyway. So that already makes it darker. Yeah, no. Okay. We're not going to sell that though because I am going to use it in the other room. So I'll just toddle it over here and pop it down because I think we're going to need more than one can. So our choices are going to be between the, what do they call it again? Alright. So we're choosing between lime, spring grass and young flower bud. Young flower bud's the really light one. I'm actually hedging more towards the spring grass, I think it was. Oops. Which I think was that one. Yep, because that's our lime, young flower bud, spring grass. Okay. In a minute, I'm just going to choose one and run with it. So let me just see what that one was again. I really hate that dark green. Actually, that looks better than the other one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run with the spring flower bud, which I didn't think I was going to, but I think I will. And if I really hate it, I'm going to change it. take out that massive contrast, and I'm probably going to get rid of the dark green because it's driving me nuts. It's just not something I can live with. So the interesting thing will be whether or not the clients like it. So let's just have a look and see what they think of our walls as we go. You usually need to get a fair amount of colour up before they'll comment. And if they don't feel like anything about a colour, they'll just not comment, which is hardly helpful. Alright. The good thing about this paint colour is we're going to be able to put a fair few paintings with it as well, so like is a really good backing for the paintings. I should move that painting. Let's put it over there. Right, now we don't have to run back and forth quite so much. I tend to do around the architraves and the doorways. Apparently there's at least one client who does like that amount of thoroughness. So just to cover for them, that's what I'm doing. I really like the extended reach on loading the brush too. Oops. This is the hazard of painting when you have an open doorway. Sometimes you'll slip. It's one of the reasons why when I finish a now watch them. What a clean home. All right, look. Okay, all good. There you go. Now hopefully I remembered the colour correctly. Yeah, I should only need one more tin. Honestly, they really get cranky about rubbish. Not so cranky about an unmown lawn though, it's a bit funny. Alright, nearly done. I'm going to leave that dark green there for as long as I can handle it, and then I'm just going to go nuts and get rid of it if it really, really keeps driving me crackers. Okay. So we'll just get through here. You never know, it might grow on me, you know, a bit like a fungus. So the next thing I'm going to look at is whether or not those dark green frames around the windows can stay, or if I'm going to just paint them light. And whatever decision that will be will include whether or not I change anything else. This part, okay. Alright, we have all of that. Okay, so I suppose I should paint it all first before I make a decision. What's a bit of paint between friends, right? Okay, let's back it up and have a look. So we've got this effect here, I've got that effect there. Okay, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to run with the dark green in here. Yep, that looks a lot less piebald. We'll just grab a screenshot of that. Alright. And we're also going to get rid of our paint tins. Hopefully I haven't missed anything, otherwise I'll be like, oh. Alright, so Doll and Trusk wants a place for documents and books, and Victoria or Veronica is whining. I always mess her name up. She's whining about a lack of artwork. Come on, Veronica, okay. Which we can fix, but we're not going to do it straight away, so she can just you know, hold her horses. Now that we've got this room painted, actually, no, the doors are the last thing I put on. All right, let's work out where we're going to put the kitchen and the living room. We'll start with the living room. I'm still trying to work out what in the last house was considered classic furniture, and I think it might have been the leather couch, but I can't work it out. So we'll go to sofas. What we're going to try and avoid is putting in the load on or the road on or the read on, simply because when we put those in, they count as an extra bedroom. So, and the other thing that's going to affect our choices, so no leather sofa. I want a fairly big sofa if I can get away with it. Right, normally I'd go for that, but let's not. I'm going to try and find something that'll complement it. The white I can get away with. The yellow, definitely not. Yeah, let's not play with that. Ooh, the L has some nice nice options in it. I'm just trying to work out what might fit. This is I don't remember there being so many color options for the L, so I'm kind of pleased to see that. White won't be contrasty enough with the green walls, and brown might be considered fuddy-duddy, but let's have a look. It does kind of fit nicely in that space though. Alright, let's see who likes it. Oh, everyone's a critic. Everyone. But the bookcases are coming. Just hold your horses. And the pictures will arrive too. Alright, we'll play with their preference for couches shortly. Actually, no, okay. You know, if this is going to be one room, it doesn't need two doors, and I could do with the wall space. See, now I am going to regret selling my paint tin. I'm not quite sure why these two keep switching. We'll find out in a minute. Let's just grab our build a wall tool. We'll close up this gap, because the more wall space you have, the better. And now I can actually maybe put a TV or couch along this wall. That does change the aspect of the room quite a bit. Yep, let's do that, and let's paint it before they start getting stroppy. We're going to get rid of that couch. There you go, guys. I'm not sure why I've got the Johnson family there, looking so pleased with themselves. No one likes that couch. Look at that. No one. Wow, guys. But I'm thinking I can put the television stand there or the couch there, and then I can put a low bookcase in here and a tall bookcase over there. So maybe we'll do that. It all depends. What I want to experiment with is the TV cabinet. And I want the modern TV cabinet Andy, which is massive. We're not going to do red and green. Cherry is mostly red. That's kind of cool. Let's just stick with white for now. And we'll do the white tabletop as well. There we go. Now let's try that again. That would go there. And it definitely won't go there. However, if you put the TV cabinet over here, you're going to have the sun at your back, which is a good thing, as opposed to looking at the sun and having to keep the blinds closed all the time. And I can fit more bookcases in if I use a smaller one. So let's go for the Anna. TV stand Anna, we'll go for the white. And we'll just buy that. And we're going to put it over here. Back it up, flip it round. And I'm going to leave some space for some pot plants. So let's grab the TV itself. I could, of course, put the TV on the wall, but I don't feel like it. Just pop that over here. Turn it on so I can see I've got it round the right way. Beautiful. All right. Grandma and Grandpa aren't too enthused with the TV, but that's fine. Now we'll choose our couches. Go sofa. My goodness, I've spent 30 minutes trying to work out what to do next. Alrighty, we will call it a day very, very shortly. I don't think we're going to finish this room today, but we will finish it tomorrow. Man, oh man. Alright, let's not do that one. I'm actually thinking I'm just going to bite the bullet and go with the elegant sofa and hope it fits in. Well, actually, I've got a whole space over here to put it in. Alright, I'm going to center myself on the television. And then I'm going to center the couch, which will take out my bookcase space, which is a bit annoying. That's alright, let's go with that. Shift and right mouse, middle mouse wheel. And we'll back it up, make sure it's right up against there. Okay. Still not sure about that dark green wall, and if the student does not make an appearance very soon, it's going. Alright, that is where we're going to call it for the day. Thanks for hanging with me, and I will catch you all tomorrow.